After a major earthquake, experts predict that we likely won't have running water or flushing toilets for days or weeks, or possibly even months in some places. When not properly contained, human waste,
Poo!
yes, poo, is full of nasty bacteria and can spread deadly diseases. That's why an emergency toilet, hand washing, and good hygiene are important parts of your emergency plan. Here's how to stay healthy when your toilet and sink aren't working. First, you'll need plenty of clean water. Did you know people can survive for weeks without food, but only a few days without water? In addition to using it for drinking, you'll also need to keep your hands and toilet area clean. The goal is to store 1 gallon of water per person per day for 14 days. Half of that is for drinking, the other half is for food prep and cleaning. Be sure to include more water in your kit if your household has people with special needs or pets. Next, make sure you'll be able to keep those deadly germs off your hands. In addition to water, you'll need soap, towels, and cleaning supplies in your emergency kit. Also add some hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. If you want to impress your neighbors, publicalerts.org has instructions on how to make your own hand washing station just like this. But really, even if you keep your space and your body clean, what will you do with your excrement?
Poo!
Right, poo. After an earthquake large enough to damage water and sewer systems, lots of other things won't be working either, like some roads and bridges. So it might take a while to bring back even basic services. Until then, emergency toilets. If you can't flush it, you need to safely contain it. Fortunately, there are some pretty simple and inexpensive ways to do this. The best method for you depends on who you are and where you live. If you have a septic system and it's still working after an earthquake, you'll be an incredibly lucky and popular person. But make sure you know how to check the system to ensure that it's safe to use. Do this now before a pipe-breaking disaster occurs and your internet stops working. And have a backup plan just in case. Another option is a latrine, nature's porta potty, or basically a hole in the ground. Pretty simple, right? It is, but it's not for everyone. You need to be physically able to dig a hole, have enough space away from buildings and bodies of water, and make sure you don't dig in a place where the water table is too high. We really don't want poo seeping into our water supply. If you can't dig a latrine safely or you live in an urban area, the twin bucket system is the emergency toilet for you. Liquids go in the P bucket. Solids, including toilet paper, dry layering materials, and feminine hygiene products, go in the poo bucket. When your bucket gets full, double bag it, and be sure to store the bags separately from your garbage. The goal here is to contain the poo until local agencies give instructions for what to do with it. After using any type of toilet, always wash your hands with soap and water or hand sanitizer, and sanitize or properly dispose of anything that comes in contact with poo. I know, it seems a little weird to go in a bucket and store bags of human waste at home, but at least we won't get sick from our own poo. Do you still have questions? Like, why can't I dig a latrine in my backyard or the neighborhood park? Why keep pee and poo in separate buckets? Why use a garbage bag, and why shouldn't I put it in a garbage can? Or what if I have a disability and can't sit on a bucket? You'll find these answers and much more at publicalerts.org. While you're there, learn about our region's hazards, find other great resources for getting ready, and sign up to receive emergency alerts by phone, text, and email.